Jesus Freak here. Now, you might notice that I tend to avoid certain topics on this channel. Topics that I know might cause a firestorm of controversy. A lot of this has to do with the fact that although, at the same time that I am, and vice versa, a moderate liberal politically, I'm also very hardcore evangelical as far as my Christianity goes. Which, I understand this is a bit of a strange mix. Most people who are hardcore evangelicals are very hardcore conservative. And those who are left to center politically tend to be ecumenicists, which it's not good for you, kitty. It's not good for me either. You've seen me criticize the Church of Rome frequently. I've also occasionally criticized the Church of England and the Anglican Communion, especially the Episcopal Church in the United States, although I use their resources from time to time. You've probably seen me use this. As I use it in all my Sunday readings. It's American Episcopal Book of Common Prayer. I even criticize my own church if I feel they're in the wrong. But I understand that my perspective politically is different from most of those who view my channel. Ironically, as far as my Christianity goes, I may be actually more hardcore than a lot of my viewership. Even though I place my focus in different places. I don't emphasize the same things. Like, I think you'll find very few churches that still bash the Pope. And I go out and say, I think the Pope is violating the spirit of the words of Christ himself when he takes the title Pope. I believe that the Lutheran Church Wisconsin Synod is probably one of the few that still actually out and out says Pope's the Antichrist. I don't like to use the word Antichrist, but when they say Antichrist, it's the same thing I mean when I say the Great Satan. When I say there's one particular, I think the son of perdition may also be as that's a scriptural term. Great Satan comes from Ayatollah Khomeini. Um, I don't like to use the word Antichrist because in the Bible only one person used it. That's John the Elder, and he had a very different sense when he used it. Basically, anyone who's not part of our brotherhood, an Orthodox Protestant Christian, would by his definition be an Antichrist. There's about 6.5 billion Antichrists out there, and that's a lot of people say that's a terrible thing to say. So I try to avoid saying that because to use the term properly, it makes people think you're a lot crueler than you really are. So I don't. But I have to be very marked in what I say. I don't want to offend the people I'm reaching out to. Of course, sometimes they need to be offended, especially the ones I intended to reach out to originally, which are, ecumenical, mostly Methodist Christians, people from my own faith tradition. Yes, a lot of the times they need to be criticized. They need to be called out. But they need to be called out in the right spirit. And I understand it's a weakness of mine. And it's better to say nothing than to be a jerk about it. Because at least these people are still our brothers and sisters in Christ. As opposed to the out and out heterodox ones. Your Christianity based cults. And I want to lead them to a better understanding of Christ, of the scriptures, of our faith. That's why I originally started this channel. That was what I originally had in mind. That I happen to attract a different community, well, William Cooper said it best, God moves in mysterious ways, wonders to perform. Jesus freak out.